What is going on, boys and girls of YouTube? I wanted to do tier lists for roles, and this is just because of the constant questions of should I play this? Is this viable? Is this good? I hear is this viable a lot, which it's such a bad, like, not a bad question for you to ask, but it's so hard to inform you based off that question. Viable, many things are viable that you should never ever play unless you're just messing around, like you're just simply trying to have fun and do something weird, like you're not playing a ranked game to win, right? So with that being said, I want to do a tier list for all the roles and break everything down into like true categories so you know what to play and kind of give you just quick hints as to why on most gods, maybe not every single god, but most gods. So let's get into it. Jungle tier list. So jungle tier list at the top, you see it. I've already started pulling some gods down here. Your gods down here are the gods that you can play in the jungle, but you really shouldn't. They're not good, jungle clear, you know, way better in other roles type of stuff. F tier is just do not play in the jungle. Just don't waste your time. It's if you're trolling or something, sure, but if you're really trying to play the game, just don't waste your time. And S tier is going to be top tier, best junglers in the game. A tier is going to be consistently very, very good. B tier is going to be average. C tier is going to be bad, but still playable, right? So Achilles, I think Achilles is in between A and B. I'll argue A. My problem is the late game, the build up. The early game, he's really strong because he's tankier than everybody else. So that with no defense items, he's very, very good. Falls off super hard. Kind of like Mulan and a couple other gods you play in the jungle. Agni. I would not play regular Agni in the jungle, okay? I would not play regular Agni in the jungle. You can, it's just not good. I would play Aspect, which we'll talk about when we do Aspects. Aladdin, still top tier jungle. Very hard to play. Not great for new players or people without a ton of hours, I'm gonna be honest. Amaterasu, pretty mid tier. Like, really not that good. Honor, super difficult to play. Fun, but something you probably should put too much time into. You could, it's not bad, it's just not great. Anubis, I think Anubis is kind of a sleeper. He dies a lot. You're always out of position when you go in for fights, but you do so much damage that it's playable. Apollo, kind of just the slow, average auto attack god. You play like a true auto attack hunter, so it's almost similar to Amma but ranged. Artemis, base Artemis I don't like too much. Aspect Artemis I like more. Artio, base Artio, not a big fan of in the jungle. It's playable, it's not great. Athena, pretty mid tier, do not run Aspect ever. Awilix, honestly, I'd put Awilix A tier. I think Awilix is better than most junglers, but she struggles. She has her downsides for sure. Base Bacchus, wouldn't play, but you could. Base Baron, would not play. I would not play. Honestly, I put it down here in F tier. Would not ever play. Bellona, actually really good as a damage and hybrid. Not top of meta, but really good at pub stomping. Cabrakan, non-aspect, could play, but shouldn't. CERN, non-aspect, could play, but you really shouldn't. I wouldn't say you're trolling. These are the ones you definitely should have played. These are ones like, you can play. I don't think you're trolling, but it's not good. Chalk. Chalk's just in a weird spot as a jungler. Really a weird spot in the game in general. I'd put him in C tier. Wouldn't put too much time into him. Dodgy, top tier even after the nerfs. Danza, solid god, both aspect and non-aspect. Fenrir, lower tier. Pub stomps, lower end games. After the lower end games, you start to get higher end games, I'd fall him down to C tier. Ganesh, non-aspect, should never play. Guan, non-aspect, you definitely can play. Not terrible, but not great. Hercules, very strong. One of the most aggressive, dominant fighting gods early out of the jungle. Hou Yi, way better than you would think. Very much a skill god, but there is a build you can go where you're one, you basically get 3 1s off back to back to back really, really quick. So you 2-1 somebody, you 3 in the air. When your 1 comes back up while you're in the air, you land on them, you 1 again, you pop pendulum, you 1 again. So you get 3 1s off before they can do any damage to you. It's very, very strong. I will have the build on Smite Source. Hunbat's one of the best junglers in the game. Janice, really shouldn't play. You can, but your mage clear is so bad in the game right now until they fix it. I really wouldn't recommend it. If they fix mage clear, it might move up to B tier. Jingwei, actually playable in the jungle with the crit pill. Yorm can play, but you're kind of trolling. Kali, I think Kali's a little slept on. I think a lot of people think she's bad. She's not. She's playable. She's not great. Capri, never play. Cucullin, shouldn't play. Loki, he kind of pumps, man. I think he's also another slept on god right now out of the jungle. I'm not a Loki. I don't like pushing Loki, but Loki's pretty good. Medusa hits hard. Medusa does a ton of damage. Medusa might be the best range jungler in the game. She's aggressive. They lower the cooldown on her ultimate so she can consistently fight more. If you get kills while someone is like your ult kills somebody, or they get killed instantly after being ulted by Medusa, they then become a statue. You kill the statue, you get 5 permanent int and 5 permanent strength per stack. The other day I had 9 stacks. There's some crazy stuff that can happen with Medusa. Mercury, best clearing jungler in the game. He's still a beast. Merlin, I would never play in the jungle, but you could. You wouldn't be trolling. These you would be trolling once again. Mordred, I wish he was better in the jungle. He's just not consistent. Mulan falls off late, so she's B tier. Neith in the jungle, probably similar to like a Merlin level. Nem, one of the best junglers. Nua, dude, don't play it. Don't do it to yourself. Please don't. Odin, I don't like Odin because he doesn't do damage. You have to be carried. You become a CC setup bot, which is fine if you're in a very high skill match where people in the game are very good. Most of your teammates aren't good, so don't do that to yourself. Osiris is a pumper. I like Osiris in the jungle. Paley in the jungle, still good. Poseidon in the jungle, pretty good, but hard to navigate. You can get invaded, you can get out pressure, get out cleared. Ra in the jungle, do not play. Wouldn't say you're, like, you could, but you should not. Ram in the jungle, do not play. Syl in the jungle, actually kind of playable. The clear doesn't feel as bad, and with Bumba's hammer, your late game is actually pretty strong. You just have to get to the early game, which is the rough spot. Sobek, do not play in the jungle. Don't do it. Soul could, but you're kind of trolling a little bit. Not really, but a little bit. Wukong is just bad. C tier, just straight bad. Susano, OP. Sylvanas, really not good, not worth playing. Thanatos, very, very strong right now. The Morgan could be played, but you shouldn't. Thor, A tier. He got some buffs. He's all right. Tsukiyomi, I honestly would put Tsukiyomi in B tier. You just die. You're just, anyone wants to go on you, you're dead all the time. Ul, I lied about Medusa. Ul is the best range jungler. I just skip my mind. Ul is by far the best range jungler. Why? Highest burst damage, really good farm, insane mobility. His only downside is no CC immunity, but you have beads and he's cracked, and you don't need blink to engage because you're ranged with stun. Vulcan, you don't really play that in jungle. You really can't. You can, but you can't. Shibalanke, it's forced. Yamoja's kind of like actually good in the jungle. It's just really hard to play. Most people are not hitting 90% of their abilities. Ymir in the jungle, fun, but bad. Zeus in the jungle, playable, but very risky. Now for the aspects. Achilles would be similar to Achilles, pretty much the same. This is better. They're both playable. This is a little better. I wouldn't care which one you played. Aspect Agni in the jungle is a sleeper. So S tier are in this form. Remember, this is not like busted. This is like the best junglers for you to play. Skill definitely comes into play with these gods, all right? Like Aladdin is a high skill god. These two are not. Mercury is a different play style, so as long as you adopt that, you're fine. Nemesis, very easy to play. Susano, you have to know how to auto attack cancel. Thanatos, you have to hit 90+% of your sights, otherwise don't play. Ul is a high skill god. Agni is a high understanding god. Agni is weird in aspect because you're an auto attack god, but you play off of your auto attacks debuffing somebody. Every time you auto them, debuff up to 5 debuff stacks. Then your 2 and your ultimate will consume those stacks and do bonus damage. You have to understand that damage, which takes time, and you have to put, you have to really be grasping the game to play this. Amma, pretty much the same as regular Amma. Honor, pretty much the same as regular Honor. Apollo aspect, while it's fun, it's really not that good. I'd say play regular Apollo over aspect. You could play Ares aspect. I'd put it in C tier. It's definitely not good. It has a stun. It makes it more playable than non. Would not recommend it. Artemis aspect, pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not quite Medusa good, but it's up there. You're clear. You're the insane clear if you do the start right. RDO aspect is beast. Bear form, not druid. It's very good. I put up a video of it yesterday. It's super strong. You should be playing it. Athena aspect, trash. Do not play. Bacchus aspect, slept on. Pretty good. Very good clear. Baron aspect, actually playable as a mage. Bellona aspect, I think regular Bellona is better. So I'm going to put Bellona aspect in A or B, where I have regular Bellona in A. Kabrakan aspect kind of pumps. I like it. It's just hard to play because you have no CC. Serb, do not play. Surin aspect is cracked. It hits so hard, but it's hard to play. Chalk aspect, a little more playable than non-aspect. I'll put him in B tier. Cupid aspect, wouldn't play it. Just play regular Cupid. Dodgy aspect, still cracked. Up there, OP. Danza aspect, you can split push and also one-shot people still. if you play this right and build this right, it truly could just solo objectives and solo push and win the game off of just split pushing, which is really cracked for ranked. Eset aspect, never play it. Do not play in the jungle. Fenrir aspect, do not play in the jungle. Ganesha aspect, hard to play, but very fun. B tier. Geb aspect is trash. You want the knockups to play off of polys. That's it. Guan aspect, wouldn't really recommend it. You could, but it's kind of trolling. Hekate aspect, never play in the jungle. Herc aspect, never play in the jungle. Hou-Yi aspect is trash. Do not play it. Hun Bat's aspect, better than regular Hun Bats right now. You play around Dagger of Frenzy and kind of auto attacking more rather than ability based damage. Yorm aspect, don't waste your time playing it. You could, but don't. Kali aspect, it's bad. It's range, it's squishy, it's hard to play. Don't do it. Kepri aspect, you're trolling if you play it. Loki aspect in the jungle is not good. Merlin aspect in the jungle, probably a little better than regular Merlin, similar-ish. Mordred aspect's not being played right now. It's just not good. Neath aspect, more ADC than anything, but you could throw it into C tier. You could play it. Nem aspect, not good in the jungle. Nuwa aspect with the crit, playable, kind of trolling, but playable. Osiris aspect is insane. It's hard to play, but the damage output is unmatched. It's one of the most fun things to play right now out of the jungle where people won't expect the damage. Pele aspect, just play regular Pele. Poseidon aspect, it's weak. Ra aspect, don't play it in the jungle. Rama aspect, don't play it in the jungle. Scylla aspect, you could play it. It's kind of trolling. Sobek aspect, you could play it. It's really not good. Soul aspect, not really good. You shouldn't play it. Wukong aspect is playable. Int full mage damage, it's playable. It's just not good till late game, and even then it's not that good. Sylvanas aspect pumps, hard to play. Thanatos aspect, nowhere near as good as regular Thanatos, but definitely playable. The Morgan aspect is trash. They killed it, so I would not recommend playing it at all in any role. They made the stealth max out at 3 seconds, or not stealth, sorry, the clone only lasts for 3 seconds. It's not long enough. Thor aspect, playable, not as good as regular Thor. I'd put it in B tier. Actually, wait. I think I have Thor in B tier, don't I? No, I have Thor in A tier. That's right. Tsukiyomi aspect sucks. It's trash. You're borderline trolling playing it. You're not actually, but it's really bad. Vulcan aspect is for it's just being a tank. Don't do that to yourself in the jungle. And then we got Xbalanque aspect. This hits hard. You have to go a specific build. I put it A tier. You have to go a specific build. You need to have Myrdins, and you need to play around the fact that when you ult, it resets your 2. So you go full int mage build. You 2 somebody. You pop your Myrdins, you ultimate, you 2 somebody, you 2 somebody. So you get 3 2s. It does so much damage. I know they've nerfed it too. It still does so much damage. It's really, really fun. Unexpected as well. I don't like Umoja aspect. I think it's weak. I would put it down here in D tier. And here is my jungle tier list of all gods. A tier, top. You have to understand most of them. When I say understand, they have a deeper level of play other than like I'm just gonna run at person and spam abilities, which is more like a Nemesis. That's what Nemesis does. I say that's kind of like what Hun Bats does. Little bit of what Thanatos does, but higher skill because you have to hit those scythes and those combos. The rest of them require some maybe not dodgy as well, pretty much run at them. But a lot of the other ones require high mechanical skill or high understanding of the god. Then you fall down to the A tier. Some similar boats, some of them are similar, are like the play style you have to understand. Like Hercules is not a farming god, so your early game should not be based around you trying to out farm the other jungler. You never will. You are a fighting god, right? You need to get an early kill. Thor is a heavy control god who's actually pretty strong into the late game. Artemis aspect, crazy clear early, so you have to play around that and the pressure you can put on the map because you're ahead of farm on the enemy jungler. Kabrakan aspect is cracked. It does so much damage, but it's a scaling aspect. The later you get into the game where you get yellow numbers, so like your Heartseeker, your Crusher type of stuff, that 3 starts to actually do damage. The 3 doesn't do damage early game. You play around being in their face, but you have no CC, so you will take a lot of return damage. CERN, hard to play, but you can basically permadash people and auto for 700-800 without crits. Really strong, but very hard to play in position. Sylvanas aspect, it's kind of like a melee aspect. You're a god with low mobility. It's harder to play. I explained Xbalanque already. A lot of the junglers has more depth than other roles. So that's why you see people play for the first time or pick a god they don't understand and they struggle really, really badly. So try to avoid that. I have A to Z's up for like half plus gods of the game. I will finish the A to Z's. Watch those if you want to understand a god in a role. Hopefully this video helps you guys. It's a lot of information, I understand, but it's valuable information. Knowing what junglers are good and why is a very important thing to figure out, which is hard to do in a MOBA. So if someone can tell you who's figured it out for you, listen to that information. It will help you, I promise you. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. You need to know a build, whatever, ask it. I'll put it up on Smite Source. I got you guys. Hopefully this video helps you in the long term. I know the game changes frequently, but over the last couple months, really jungle hasn't changed much at all. We've been fairly consistent with gods and builds and stuff. It'll change over time, but for now, this will last you a bit. So if you like the video, hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. I will see you in the video tomorrow, the next day, and the next day.